I'm going to turn over now to Steve Rothberg, who's going to do the introduction.
So thank you, Marcia, and welcome everybody to the Institute of Advanced Studies hybrid event. Welcome in the room. I'm joined by a number of colleagues here in the room, and welcome online. I can't quite see you all from where I'm sitting, but warm welcome to you this afternoon. I'm Steve Rothberg, and Marcia asked me to say a few words ahead of Dmytro's presentation to us today, and I was delighted to do that. Since March of this year, as many of you know, I've been leading the university's Ukraine response group, and that's how Dmytro and I first met. Again, as a number of you will know, the university has several elements in its response, including scholarships at undergraduate, master's and PhD levels, salaried fellowships, and opportunities for shorter term visits. And we're very proud now to have the community of Ukrainian students and scholars with us that we do, both here on our campus in the Midlands and also on our campus in London. And a number of you would have been with us at the reception a little while ago where we brought people together, which was really a really pleasant afternoon, including scones and jam, not to be missed. As well as the scholarships and the fellowships and the visits, we also joined a programme to twin UK and Ukrainian universities, and that brought us together with two institutions in Ukraine, the Odessa Meshnikov National University and the Beketov National University of the Urban Economy in Kharkiv, which is where Dmytro works. And together with several colleagues from architecture, building and civil engineering, but particularly Tarek and Asia here in the room with me this afternoon, we at Loughborough have been getting to know Beketov in Kharkiv. In the summer, we supported a significant project for school leavers and university students looking at the rebuilding of Ukraine. Our academics and visiting professors, including the chief executive of the High Speed 2 rail company, provided lectures, and we also sat on the jury that judged the project submissions. And Dmytro was part of these early discussions that we had with Beketov, obviously online, but we knew of your plans and Maria's plans to come to the UK with your young family, and of course a number of us were here for Maria's seminar just a few weeks ago as an IAS visitor. So Maria, lovely to have you with us again today. But Dmytro, this is your day, and it's great to meet you in person after seeing you online and having been aware of your plans, particularly through Asia over the last few months. So I'm looking forward to hearing your seminar, but before we do that, I'm going to hand over to you.
Yeah, so I'm Asya Natova. I'm a lecturer in urban planning and urban design at the School of Architecture, Building and Civil Engineering here at Loughborough. And it's my pleasure to introduce Dmytro Roslavtsev, an associate professor in transport systems at the Beketov National University of Urban Economics in Kharkiv. Dmytro was born in Crimea, which is actually right now occupied by Russia since 2014. But most of his life he lived in Kharkiv, the second largest city in Ukraine. He defended his PhD in Beketov, and since then he stayed at the transport systems and logistic divisions. And in addition to his research and teaching work, he holds an administrative position as the head of educational and methodological department. So it's his primary role now in Beketov. So he will tell us today about this role and how actually university is functioning in these conditions of war, something that's quite hard to imagine. He will tell us also about the general framework and the structure of higher education in Ukraine, and hopefully we could see altogether how we can help Ukrainian universities to improve, to try to move maybe to some better standards and to improve their processes. So yeah, and just a personal thank you for me. As I said also in Maria's talk, it's being part of this Ukrainian response group in Lapro very important for me because of my personal background. I was born in Moscow and lived an early part of my life in Moscow, and it was a way for me, a kind of a healing process for me to contribute somehow to be able to have actual contribution in this difficult situation. Yeah. So thank you everybody who made it possible. And now, Dmytro, the stage is yours. Please.
Thank you. Thank you. First of all, I want to say thank you for whole Lampra team for this great opportunity. So today I'm going to say about the next main point of my presentation. First of all, is general education system in Ukraine, because this information is very important to build the further cooperation with Ukrainian university. A little bit more information about our university, and I think the main interesting question for all of people here, how do we do it from educational process point of view? And finally, I'm going to give you information about the transport engineering in Ukraine and our current experience in Beketov University. So if we look for diagram of high educational qualifications level in Ukraine, I want to say that it's quite same with European practice, except for the science level, because we have two laws which regulate educational part. It's a law about higher educational and law about scientific and technical activity. And in this case, we still have scientific level with Doctor of Science, second scientific degree. So as you can see, a characteristic on the slide, the main position like bachelor level, second master level, they have quite the same characteristic as we see in European Union and also here. So national qualification framework of Ukraine, you can see on the slide, and I just want to pay attention for one very important document. It's the diploma supplement that have all students in Ukraine, and this document consists all information about educational trajectory, about qualification, about skills, marks, and also it consists information and description higher education system in Ukraine. So type of higher education institution. You see some facts on the slide, and we have quite large number of higher educational institution in Ukraine. I just want to say that most of higher education institutions are located in the bigger city, such as Kyiv, Kharkiv, Lviv, Odessa, Dnipro. Also, the main part of universities, academies, and institutions, it's state organization. Analyze of students. Here are some figure about this point, and in general in this sphere, I just want to say that number of private organizations are increasing, and part of students which involved in educational program in private institutions also grow up. A number of foreign students by country of region, it's also very important thing for us because it is a bigger financial support, yes, sources for educational institution. So what about key challenge for higher education system now which we have in Ukraine? First of all, no opportunity for educations to work and for students to get an education. Now I mean firstly physical ability, just from infrastructure point of view. In sufficient integration into global and the European system of higher education, lack of exchange program, a lack of flexibility regarding to the terms of study. It's a very important question for us according to the current condition, because now our students and our approach to educational program have to be more flexible. The network of higher education is not effective enough and does not correlate with the country's financial capacity. Poor conditions of higher education institutions, infrastructure, especially now, and we expect much worse situation in nearest future according to the war condition. And finally, a low level of financial autonomy of higher education institution, resulting in ineffective management of availability funds and assets. But on the other point of view, we have some case opportunity. First of all, it's internationalization of higher education facilities. It also concordance of legislation of Ukraine to the legislation and practice of European Union. So we have a real opportunity to improve our educational framework, educational laws, and finally progressive changes supported by educational communities activities. Key constraints. The full list of losses and consequences of the war is not currently unpredictable. It's currently unpredictable, so war isn't finished yet. Dramatic changes in the economics, social, demographics, and migration reality in Ukraine and the world in the post-war period. New challenges. Sorry, I forget about this one. New challenges provide new opportunities, and COVID pushed us to digitalization more than we wanted, but it turned out to be an important experience for us, adapt to the current situations and work in this time. So what is the main aspects from digitalization technology? It's educational platforms and distance learning. It's management of the educational processes and the higher educational institution. Reduction of paper-based documents, electronic support of quality of educational, electronic admission and allocation of budget place, and the Unified States electronic database of education. It's main issues and main point for all of educational institution, and this is a main point for our government in educational level. So if we consider them more precisely from study point of view, from management point of view, so from study point of view, from educational materials in electronic format to electronic textbook and educational platforms. Distance learning technology and distance education. Trial by COVID-19 and the war. Disappointment of both skeptics who believe that continuous of distance learning is impossible, and optimists who do not admit the inferior quality. And also from management point of view, e-management of the full-time educational process. E-management of high educational institutions as a business entire. Electronic document circulation and communication with the state authorities. The time of digitalization from quality point of view and from admission point of view includes the next main issues. This licensing through the Unified State Electronic Database on Education, updating information about licenses, accreditation through electronic tools, remote accreditation, electronic analysis to determine the risk of educational activities of the state educational quality service. The Unified States Electronic Qualification Exam. It's general for state level. Admission, electronic office. Registration of application from the electronic offices. Ranking list of applicants. Address, budget, placement. And finally, it's wide competition, so competitive environment. So that we have faced this in current time. Just a little bit more information about our Unified State Electronic Database of Education. Is an automated system for collecting, recognizing, processing, storing, and protecting information and data on education. On the slide, you can see some figure which characterize the skill of this base in our country. So if you look from operator point of view, before this we look as a user point of view, but now you can see how we work, our operator in institution, how they work with this base. And on the slide, you also can see what is the a list of opportunity for this base. Other point is the National Agency of Higher Educational Qualification Agency. So also the national agency included for more than 12,000 experts, more than 3,000 members of academic staff, and more than 1,000 students. And as you see here, this data took from 2021, so in previous year, but why it's so important? Because previous year, COVID year, and we have quite the same challenges from distance learning point of view. And here you can see also a digital base and all of processes which connect with accreditation, we provide through this electronic base remotely. So my main message that accreditational processes don't stop. So we still work, we still do all of processes, and now you can see information about current period with some figure of activity of this process. So about university. We celebrate our centenary this year. So this year, and here you can see some figure that currently responds to situation now. So more than 5,700 students, and also this information about academic staff also actual for now. I just want to say that 40 research centers and laboratories, it means that laboratory is not like a simple computer class. Yeah, it's more complex laboratories. Also, I want to say here that one of the problem in educational sphere in Ukraine is net of educational organization. And this year, the Kharkiv National University of Construction and Architecture became a part of Beketov University. So in the government level, so we also still in process, and we do a lot to optimize the network of higher education institutions. A couple of words about ranking. We have the 9th position in ranking, means best university of the East region of Ukraine. We rank 40th among the country's higher educational institution. And maybe the main interesting question, how we do it now. Here also just some information according to the current situation, general in educational sphere, and what I want to say is just to show you that for some period of time we face to some main challenge. For example, is my opinion, in February and March, the crucial role and crucial challenge were management. April, June, it's study, it's organization of educational process. June, October, it's admission, and all of these things in each of time period, it's extremely important for our future survival. Management, when it's happened, we have to realize how we are going to do and turn back to general question for all of higher institutions in Ukraine, how we should organize general management of university just as an organization, not from only educational point of view. Accountants, we have to pay salary for our staff, and all this question, for all this question, we have to find the answer. Next stage, it's okay, how we are going to learn our students, because from February to March, we stopped educational process, and we try to find the solution how we should organize a general management of university. From April and June, the main challenge is study, because we have to know where is our teachers, where is our students, what is solution we have to find from organization point of view to achieve the aim of educational programs. And finally, June and October is admission process, because we need to enroll new students in our university to have a future. So in this case, from management point of view, I just divide them for 4 main points. Communication opportunity. We lose communication links with our people, with our staff. And we need to find sources to rebuild them. Base for these sources is Teams, Microsoft Teams, and also Telegram and other communication platforms. Other main things what we done now, cloud IT infrastructure. In just February, the IT infrastructure of the university was transferred to monitoring call monitoring using external communication channel. So we creation of full copies of the database has started, and in the May, finally, a copy of IT infrastructure of the university was created based on GigaCloud, cloud operator. It's Ukrainian company, which located in Lviv. Integrated with the internal local network of university. So this gives us opportunity to organize all necessary process in university. Other part is electronic document processing platform. It named Chasno. If we translate to English, it's timely. And just a couple of figures, more than 2,500 documents were signed with the help of online service timely. here you can see a couple of screens. It's interface of timely system, and here is the order, and you can see the stamp is part of science documents. Analyze of the teaching and learning opportunities finally stationed on the slide. You can see the also information about our students, about our teachers. I just want to say that each 2-3 months they do a special survey just to obtain information about current situation. And here you can see a location of our students in percent. For November, it's just current situation. In August, before they start educational process for third and fourth years bachelors, and in May. So as you see, a number of students and also number of academic staff which located now in Kharkiv, much more, not much more, but bigger if we compare with the previous period. From study point of view, first of all, I want to say about this, because our experience during COVID period pushed us to develop it, and we have quite powerful organized system for the teams, a lot of courses, and here you can see some figure which characterize activity on this process. Also, I want to say about Moodle, because we have more than 10 years experience with this platform, and it's quite easy for us to combine a synchron and asynchron mode of educational process to use this platform. Finally, it's university information system. University information system includes educational plans, workload of teachers, lessons, schedules, and a lot of information which help us to organize all necessary processes there. Also, digital sources support educational and scientific activity in Ukraine. I mean that such a powerful platform like Coursera, Udemy, Labster give us opportunity to use the sources and include them in educational process. And finally, I want to present information about transport engineering in Ukraine and experience of Beketov University in this sphere. So here it's necessary to start from history, and the history from specialization. So before 2015, we have this number of specialization, like a transport system, and also electro transport, industrial transport, navigation. And now I speak about scientific specialty. So we divided educational specialty and scientific specialty. After transformation, which we have in 2015, which we had in 2015, currently we have specialty management and specialty transport technology, which include all of these issues. So from transport specialty point of view, a lot of scientific direction were included in general transport technology specialty. From educational specialty point of view, we have quite the same situation. Before 2015, we have transport system organization and regulation of road traffic like a separate number of specialty. But after this, we have a general transport technology. And also transport technology connect with some part like a logistic part of logistic, and also nowadays we have a separate specialty management and administration, which include management and which include operational logistics. Here you can see the number of universities which have specialty transport technology, and here just university which have full cycle of education. I mean that they have bachelor level, they have master level, and they have PhD level. So if we look for name of educational program for bachelor level, so the list you can see on the slide for bachelor level and for master level. But what is the main point? What I want to share with you, that the main of them focusing on commercial aspects. So, and just a couple of them, it's now I try to find in the list smart transport and logistics for city. Yeah, so they focus for a transport system like from social point of view, not from commercial relationship between some organization, but resolve the whole picture in the city with involved interest of different stakeholders. And also here I want to say that when we look to experience in Europe and experience in here from, for example, urban transport, urban mobility, we can see that it is a part of civil engineering. But in our country, we pay much more attention for this issue in the separate specialty, yeah, which called transport technology. The educational part of Department of Transport System in logistics, so they present on the slide. We have a general bachelor educational program, and for now we divided all of transport issues with some of edu master programs, especially transport system, transport and organization, and transport management, organization and regulation of road traffic, and our new master program, Master Educational and Science program, which named Smart Transport and Logistics for cities. And also we have a PhD program in this specialty. But now we decide that it's better to combine this part of this program. So now we have just only one program which name transport system, and 1.5 year program. It's a professional master program. And also we have educational and scientific master program, which include 120 EKTS and takes 2 years educational period of education. So these previous issues we include in our educational and professional program, like informal specialization, like elective paths. So here you can see the fundamentals of study organization in master level. As I said before, we divide for 2 separate programs. One of them is 1.5 year and 90 credits, and the other one is scientific program, more scientific program. It's 2 years and 120 credits. Couple of words about this smaller project and about these activities. The aim of the educational program is going to comparative sufficient to solve complex problem in the field of transport system and urbanized territories based on best practices and technologies developed in Europe countries and the field of smart urban transport and logistics. And here also you can see information about what is the competence of our graduates. So what is they have to achieve during this program. Couple of slides and information about achievement for this educational program. So 69 graduates students into first educational year. So now it's more than 100 students. I think it's our graduates, it's most important, our result. So 2 masters theatres under the supervision of European Union and experts from our project from industry sectors, and also this program accredited by National Agency of Higher Educational and Quality Assurance Ukraine. So we have accredited program. Also share main achievements is development of laboratory and equipment. A lot of opportunity which we have for now. We'll connect with this special programs with special equipments. First of all, I mean software. Visum, and now we use this program to create a sustainable urban mobility plan for Kharkiv, and to use this opportunity to use this software. So that's all from my part, what I want to show you and discuss with you. Thank you very much for your attention.